We've all had heartsick moments when we realize we've lost something irreplaceable. A family heirloom from our great-grandparents, or a precious photo from times long gone. Sometimes, an entire culture has these moments and loses something irreplaceable. NASA officials have lost the original high-quality video of the first walk on the moon. A devastating fire in Germany recently destroyed tens of thousands of books and historic prints. And in South Korea, a book set in movable metal type that's older than the Gutenberg Bible has gone missing. But now there's a growing global movement to preserve humanity's collective memory. And UNESCO, the United Nations educational, scientific, and cultural organization, is playing a key role.
There are problems of natural catastrophes, floods, hurricanes, earthquakes all over the world, plus perhaps one of the greatest threats of all, wars, which have destroyed millions and millions of documents. It was quite humbling to realize how many millions of works have been lost in the 20th century alone.
UNESCO's Memory of the World program seeks to recognize institutions that digitize and preserve the world's documentary and cultural heritage, and to make these resources available to people around the globe. And EMC is undertaking its own effort to provide resources, technology, and expertise that enable digitizing the countless millions of pages of documents, works of art, and other treasures. At the John F. Kennedy Presidential Library and Museum in Boston, they're embarking on a 10-year program to digitize JFK's presidential papers, photos, film, and video. This is the first ever digital archive of an entire presidency and its memorable period.
Traditionally, you had to get to this library to see these documents. But now, with this material being digitized, we have the ability to, at some point, place that on our website and get that out to anyone who has access to a computer and the internet. So that is an amazing idea. We have 48 million pages in our collection currently. We are still collecting probably about 500 cubic feet of material a year. Another challenge too is the fragility of those documents. We can't put these through automatic document feeds. You can just imagine the inaugural address going through the ADF and it just getting destroyed.
If anything ever happened here and we lost all these papers, I mean, it's great to have them digitized. Granted, you want the originals, we'll always keep the originals, but at least we have them digitized.
What if a major library burst into flames? In Weimar, Germany, a fire decimated collections in the Duchess Anna Amalia Library. Now they're working overtime to preserve documents that survived the inferno. The number of pages they're scanning is huge, but their main concern isn't quantity, it's quality.
The color scanners we're using are extremely high quality. In fact, just one image takes up to 140 megabytes.
The benefits of scanning go far beyond preservation.
Because of the internet, the books we have here in Weimar can be seen by people around the world. It's a wonderful opportunity for researchers.
And researchers will be able to access the library's riches for centuries.
For archiving, we're digitizing our materials onto multiple formats, including film, which we expect will last a full 500 years.
Known in the United States as the nation's attic, the Smithsonian Institution is the world's largest museum complex, which makes creating and managing digital assets a daunting challenge.
When we talk with our curators in terms of collections, we're talking terabytes of storage. But when you move to the scientific research community, we're talking petabytes of storage.
The Smithsonian is aiming to digitize their entire collection and make it available online. Of course, digitization will never capture everything this great institution has to offer.
Such as a child touching a moon rock, or walking around the Space Shuttle Enterprise, which is 121 feet long, and just being in its majestic presence.
Still, when the entire collection is digitized, it will be a priceless resource for the whole world. The Search for Jikji campaign, based in South Korea, is an international effort to locate the world's oldest book produced with movable metal type. Printed in 1377, Jikji is a guide for students of Buddhism. One of its 2 volumes is preserved, but the other is missing. The hunt for this volume is in full swing. The Search for Jikji campaign is educating people on the book's historical and cultural significance. And the simple fact that the volume is missing highlights the irreplaceable nature of a culture's heritage. The Library of Congress is the largest library in the entire world, with more than 500 miles of bookshelves.
The Library of Congress has 134 million items, representing the record of humankind. We are fortunate enough to have 2/3 of that collection in the unique historical materials, special format areas, 19 million photographs, 56 million manuscripts, 6 million maps, the world's largest recorded sound and movie collection, 1.5 million rare manuscripts, other items that can't be found anywhere else.
It's about providing new levels of access for today and tomorrow.
To see these materials, a researcher would have to come to Washington to make an appointment at one of our 22 reading rooms. Well, with the enabling technology, the World Wide Web, and digitization, we can now provide information online to anyone, anywhere.
The objectives of the program are fairly simple. It is based on the premise that the heritage of humanity belongs to everyone and should be accessible by anyone permanently. So it needs to be preserved in whatever way that future generations can see what was done in the past.
EMC's own program to help preserve the irreplaceable is called the EMC Information Heritage Initiative and aims to protect humanity's information heritage and make historical documents and cultural artifacts readily accessible via the internet for research and education purposes.